Thank you guys, welcome once again to this beautiful channel. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please just hit that notification bell. Today we are in Nyali as a constituency with this beautiful lady by the name Millicent Odhiambo, who want to contest as MP Nyali. But most of the people know her at the same time as Millicent, whether you're Dickney or you Kithney.
We are in a battle. We are seeking for governorship. It is not a child's play. We must be seen. We must. Whether we in Dickney or we Kithney, we must be seen. It's not a joke. We are not in some football of Arsenal and Manhattan, where you cry when you're defeated or not. This is about our lives. We are looking for governorship to change the lives of Mombasa people. It's not a laughing matter. We are in full throttle. Oh.
Yeah, there was a certain clip that was out here. It was like people knew it, like whether you Kithney, whether you Dickney, or whether you, I don't know. So what does that one mean, and why did you have that such kind of a slogan? Because people know you by that.
Yes, that clip brought out the other me. I'm very vicious when my rights, so the rights of my people, are trying to be trampled on. I bring out the lion in me. I bring out the bull in me. And that time we had an issue in Mombasa. We're trying to display our posters. And what the governor then did was he refused. He took up all the prime positions and he was refusing anybody from putting up any poster anywhere, you know, the billboards.
Yeah.
And he'd given out a decree because he was governor, so he felt he could rule this county the way he wanted, and nobody had a right to put any billboard anywhere. It's only his billboards which were all over. And in that anger, the day we decided, me and Awiti Bolo, who also was vying for governor, and wanted to actually prop up a billboard at some corner in Buxton, and he brought his askaris to stop us. And that's when I told them, whether you Ndekni or you Kithney, whether you like it or you don't like it. You know, Ndekni is when you try to shake something to put it in place.
Yeah.
And or when you Kithney is when you're trying to wriggle yourself. It is tight, but you're wriggling yourself out of a situation. Whether you'll wriggle or whatever you will do, we must be seen. It meant that we have to have those billboards up there.
All right.
We must be seen because we were in a race. We are seeking to represent the people of Kenya, the people of Mombasa. So there was nothing that was going to stop us from our mission, from our passion to represent the people of Mombasa, not a silly decree of don't put up billboards. Who are you? And we said we are in it full throttle. And that really came out to show you the passion. Personally, when it comes to defending the rights of people, I get out to another level. It's not a small matter now, and in my life, I can live my life for what I know is truth. If it is truth, kill me first for my people. Yes, I'm that defensive about the people that I believe in. And I'm telling you, I believe in the people of Nyali. If I get into that parliament, they will know that they have a defender of their rights, a defender of what they really need to get as the people. Because people will kill me first before they sort my people in Nyali.
God forbid.
Be their protector and defender.
God forbid you don't die now, because we need you to be a Nyali MP. Okay, right. There is something that you've stated that you are a Christian, you're a mother, you're a cocktail, right?
Yes, I am a cocktail.
Yeah, sure. And politics, it's all about, like, we do believe that it is a dirty game, right?
Right.
So, and at the same time, we tend to believe that it is for the corrupt, it is for the rich, it is for the prominent. It is like people are inheriting. You know, if your father was at a certain point, now because you are the son, you are the daughter, most probably you have the voice to come out as like the way you want to come out right now. Are you seeing this as a threat? Because you are having people that have been there in that position. We are having the rich, we are having the corrupt, we are having like men. It is a men-dominated field. Do you have any threat, and how are you going to overcome this, since you are a woman And sorry to say that the late Odhiambo, who could have been pushing you, right now he's not around. Now, how are you going to overcome this threat? And do you think it is also a threat?
No, it's not the first time I'm vying. I vied in 2017 and I was the only lady among 17 men. And that did not really cow me. And I didn't have money. By the way, I literally walked on the streets of Nyali seeking for votes. My challenge then was I started my campaigns very, very late. So a lot of people had made decisions and starting very late, and kind of that was really what hampered me. And of course I didn't have quite a lot of resources to help reach my message, to help send my message across within a very short time. But if I had good resources that I would be able to send my messages within the shortest time, I am sure Mohamed Ali will not be the Member of Parliament nearly today. I would be the Member of Parliament today. I do not fear, because I am a child of God. And he says, do not fear, for I am with you.
Sure.
I trust and believe that this decision to run and vie for Nyali is not a selfish decision. It is a decision that comes forth from my heart due to the pain that I feel our people are going through, which is because of bad leadership. We have politicians who have selfish motives. The money they get is not focused towards changing the livelihoods of people. This country is rich. This country has enough for everybody. This country has its flag on the hill. The Bible says the country that has its flag on the hill is a blessed country. This country is rich. Every Kenyan deserves free education, good health care. Every Kenyan deserves a conducive environment. When I was growing up, the government used to spray the environment from mosquitoes so that people would not be bitten by mosquitoes. And it was consistent. Government used to collect garbage at the doorsteps because they cared for the livelihood of the people. Rwanda is doing it. Why can't Kenya do it? We have bad leadership. So this passion to ensure that my people have the best of what they deserve and they are able to manage their lives, not being beggars and being broke and being poor because of bad leadership, is what is pushing me to go for this seat.
So it is not a threat? You are like, there is nobody?
It's not a threat. I have so much passion in me that those barriers that are there, yes, it needs a lot of money, yes, it is corrupt, but the passion I have is enough to overcome those barriers. And if it is about corruption, personally I'm principled. I want to let you know that in 2013, I was offered a nominated MCA in this county, but I refused to take it up, despite the fact that people want it for the money. And everybody told me, take it for the money. But I looked at the environment I was going to serve as a nominated MCA, and I convinced myself that I'm not going to deliver to the people. And I don't want positions for positions. I want positions that make a difference. If this position cannot make your life different, I don't want it. Why am I on that position if it is not creating a change in people's livelihoods? So I realized, going to be nominated, I'm just going to be a yes person, jump how high, sit how long. I said I don't want that. I want a place where I can say, do that, do this, give that, and create a change. And I refused it because I'm principled. So in this environment where there's corruption and there's all that, you can be sure that you're having a leader who is incorruptible, whose principles are based on the principles of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, that is
filled
nice.
with compassion and love and care for people. As for the men, bring them on. You know, a man cannot live without a woman. A man was made from mud. A woman was made from the skeleton. The skeleton is the bone of the body. The skeleton is strong. It is the skeleton that makes the body stand upright. So men are just men. A woman is what makes the body stand upright. So bring the men on. They are just made from mud. I am made from skeleton. Bone.
Nice.
Real bone. Pastoral ministries in our church is the department that really manages the affairs and the activities of the church. And I want to state that during my year, I was able to introduce things that had never been in the church, like bringing in sign language interpreters. That was my initiative in my church, because I kept asking myself, how are the deaf and dumb getting our message? And because I want everybody to know God, I initiated that. And I also was very active in gospel entry into unentered areas. That then tells you that I have a passion. My passion is towards helping people be the best that God created them to be, and trying to give them that environment so that they can be who God created them to be. And I can tell you, my sister, God created the best in us. Remember, we are created in God's image. And when he created the world and he made the Garden of Eden, and then he created man and put him in that Garden of Eden, he expected the best for man. And to date, he expects us leaders to continue creating an environment that is best for man to thrive, because he has a purpose in every person. And for every person to achieve their purpose, the leaders need to create an enabling environment. And it's that passion that really moves me towards the leadership in politics. Besides that, I am a mother. And not just a mother, I am a grandmother. And not just a grandmother, not just a mother to children that I've given birth to. I'm a mother to many children, even in the community. And that is why when you come to Nyali, you will hear people call me Mama Nyali. Because I'm a mother. And it is that motherly leadership that I want to give. Not the leadership of chest thumping and shouting and screaming. No, leadership that listens. Leadership that cares. Leadership that feels. Leadership that smells you. Leadership that is concerned and that touches your life, so that truly people can know the difference between what leadership is. Moses brought the children of Israel from Egypt and he was taking them to the promised land. It needed leadership, a leadership like that of Moses that takes people from these times of troubles and wailing and pain and hopelessness to a moment where they can see that there's worth having been created. And that's what I want for my Nyalian people. Besides that, I am very, very passionate about community work, going out there and helping people. During the COVID time, I used to have a lot of widows coming to my residence. I normally don't shout about what I do. I think that's where I go wrong. But again, my Christian principles keeps telling me, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So because of all those things, I'm struggling with seeing people giving girls pads and making them show pads in the air. And I look at pads and see them as panties, something that is private, something that is personal. So I give those pads, but I don't show them out there. And I pray that the word of mouth and God seeing my will translate that which I do. Because I like people having their dignity. And giving somebody a packet of unga and taking a picture with her makes me feel that I am using her disadvantaged moment to show forth my goodness and trying to use as a stepping stone. And so a lot of things that I do are not out there. But if you meet people personally on the ground, they will tell you, yes, Millicent did that to us during COVID. She gave us unga, she gave us clothes, she gave us soap, she gave us so much out there. So I'm truly a leader who is governed by my Christian principles. Yes.
Thank you very much to have known all those things who Millicent is.
Yes.
Nice to hear that. Now, since Nyali is a cosmopolitan constituency,
Yes.
now we are having the poor and the rich, because you covers the Kazandani, Mishomoroni, all those areas.
Kazandani, Freetown.
Yeah.
Kazandani, Freetown, Komani.
Yeah.
And then the larger Nyali.
Oh, okay.
Yes, all that is in my constituency.
Now, as we believe that you're going to get this chance.
Thank you.
This time round.
Keep saying it.
Yeah, I can see it 100 times. Now, we believe that you're going to get this chance. No, given this opportunity now that you are the MP of Nyali Constituency, is there anything that you're having different from all those years, like the newest thing that you're going to help to improve the life of these people?
The reason I'm going into, I'm going back again into the race is because I'm seeing a gap. Yes, the politicians have been repeating, but they repeat over and over again. They are going to build schools, build roads, and all that. But you see, the life of a Nyalian is not just about roads. It's not just about schools. It's about them as individuals. How are their personal lives getting better from your leadership skills? That's why I say I'm going to give transformational leadership. My leadership is transformative. It's not just leadership to effect the things that the national government has asked us to put in place, like build cabro and build schools. It is making sure that those schools are built and the children going into those schools have food at home. The children going into those schools are wearing shoes. The children going into those schools are having uniforms. The children going into those schools are coming from an environment that is conducive. They have water. It's a clean environment. The children going to those schools are healthy because I have put in place all public health measures to ensure that the environments are healthy. So it is really taking a human being wholesomely and developing them in every area of their lives. Every member of parliament gives bursaries, but a lot of times you're given bursaries of 5,000 shillings. You need 50,000 shillings or 10,000 shillings and you need 50,000 shillings. That really has not sorted out your problem. What it has done, it has made you a perpetual beggar because you have to keep looking again for another 5,000 shillings, another 5,000 shillings. And that is what this system is creating. Because I am fortunate that in Nyali, we have corporate people who manage corporates and people who work for the corporates. I will harness this strength of people who work in corporates to even put together an education foundation so that my Nyali constituents will get scholarships and not just bursaries. When I pick your child from Form 1, I will pay full school fees to when they finish Form 4. You will not need to keep coming back to me to ask for bursary. You will only need to bring me documents to show that the child is still alive, the child is still in the same school, so that you will meet with the check in school. This business of seeing people during bursary times gathered in numbers and scrambling under the sun to see if their children have been taken or not in a digitalized world is pariah. It is a joke. It means that our leaderships have not embraced digitalism. To my constituency, you'll not need to be rushing. You will be informed on your phone so that at the comfort of your house, you can keep being updated by what is needed. There is no way I can give you 1,000 shillings bursary when you need 50,000 shillings and expect your child to succeed. So I'm bringing a difference in the way leadership is done. It's not much, but I'm bringing a change of leadership, a leadership that involves the people, a leadership that will be participatory. Nyalians will be involved in the way Nyali is run. In my constituency, there'll be a committee, a community committee that will bring every sector of Nyali together and form a committee that will be my advisory committee, which will be guiding me on the issues that affect each and every sector. The traders, the teachers, the wazee wa mtaa, they will have a representation in my community committee, which will be really the committee that manages Nyali. They'll be my ear my eyes and my feet to the ground. So I'm bringing a leadership that is participatory, a leadership that involves the people, so that what they need is what I will be perfecting. So even as I stand here and say, I will do this and this for you, it doesn't have to be what I need. What I want is to create a leadership that gives them a platform to express what they want, and then I do it. See, I'm their servant. So they will be sending me. They'll be telling me, we want bursaries for our children. Then I go and look for bursaries. We want water. I go and look for water. I am their servant.
Oh, nice,
Thank
nice,
you.
nice. Okay, there is something that we said before, and I would have loved we go back and to it for just, just some few seconds. You once lost.
No, we normally say kura hazikutosha.
Oh, kura hazikutosha.
We didn't lose. Kura ndi hazikutosha.
I love that. Kura hazikutosha for the last time. Now you are coming in for the next time again.
Yes.
Now, in most cases, you see these politicians, they want to alliance with other people so that at least they make it strong. What do you have like this time around? Do you still want to go? You phrase it like the way you are saying it, or you just want to have an alliance with other people to make you strong? Like you want to have some.
I'm building my networks on the ground quietly and seeking out those who are vying and seeing if we can draw an equilibrium between their desires and my desires, and see how all of us can win-win, because I believe everybody who is vying for the seat has a reason why they are vying, and I cannot thwart that reason. But if we can have a win-win situation so that we can work together, that would be better for most of us. And that's what I am trying to do with a lot of politicians already at the background, having meetings and seeing if we can pull together and put our vision collectively and come up with a winning formula for me and for them, so that if they were to support me, they would not feel they have lost.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Oh, that is a very nice thing. You say
Yes.
together we succeed. I remember my primary motto.
Yes.
Together we succeed,
Together
right?
we succeed.
Yes. So let us just expect the best from you. There is something that you also stated before. You are a wife of the late Mr. Odhiambo, right?
Yes.
I do not know. You guys, you got married and everything was okay, and something happened that he passed. I am very much sure that this is a person who knew you from the very, very start.
Yes.
Like there are very many people who do not know you the way he did. Assume this Mr. Odhiambo could have been alive today. Do you think he could have been in a position to support these motives? I mean, the thing that you are having right now, your political ambition?
Yes, I can say that because the late Walter was one person who let you be who you are. Even as a preacher and an evangelist, I would have to leave the house and go away for weeks in crusades, 2-3 weeks. And I would leave him behind with the children, and he would even from time to time come with the children when I'm ending my crusades or meetings. All those 3 weeks, his son was taking care of them. Not many men will do that, even for just evangelists, because men are very jealous by nature, you know, and they would always think maybe their wife is doing funny things out there. But he was very comfortable with giving me the space to be who I want to be. And even before he passed on, I had started having some inroads in politics, not quite in, but we would talk politics, and he also loved politics. And he seemed very comfortable with the discussions we were having. So I'm sure if he rose again today and found me in politics, he would cheer me on.
Oh, nice. Now the last one that I would have loved, it is a very sensitive one, but I would have loved we share it to the people of Nyali. Since you are a Christian, and to be more precise, you are a Seventh-day Adventist member,
Yes.
a counselor, and all those qualities that we are talking about. You are a Seventh-day Adventist leader.
Yes.
Now, how do you think the Seventh-day Adventist, I mean, you being a Seventh-day Adventist lady, plus all those qualities that you are having, you know, we the Adventists, you understand?
Yes, I do.
How do you think they're receiving these, and do you think that you'll represent them in the parliament when it comes to this, because most of the people we tend to be, this is the church that we carry the truth with us.
Yes, and you're very sensitive.
And you're very sensitive to such kind of things. So how do you think the Seventh-day Adventist Church are receiving this? And at the same time, how do you think you're going to represent your church and your faith when you are there?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful question. And I want to say I'm receiving mixed signals. I received it then, I receive it today. They are the very traditional and ones who say no to politics. It's a dirty game. But there are those who also embrace politics and feel that politics is okay. It's the people who are playing it who are dirty. And this is my position. I have a very close friend of mine who told me you cannot be going into politics. And I told her, yes, I feel the Lord is calling me into politics. And we had a very long discussion with her in regards to Christianity and politics. This is my belief. God created man, and he first of all put resources. He built the Garden of Eden. And in the Garden of Eden, he put the fruits, he put water, he put all that was needed for man. Then he created man to be in charge of those resources. Him as God was the priest. He was taking care of man's spiritual life. So he would come every day to commune with man. But he had put man in charge of the resources that he had created. Now, along the way, things changed. And God had to remove man from the Garden of Eden, and man now had to rule it himself. Tuko pamoja? Man had to rule himself. But he gave him charge. And then he said, the part that I was playing personally, the Levites will do it. The Levites will take care of your spiritual life. But you will also have kings to take care of the environment. Kings today is a political wing that we have today. For a long time, the kings were being chosen by God himself. But remember, man said, no, don't choose them for us, we want to choose them for ourselves. And so, the choosing of leadership to take care of resources, because it is the kings who used to take taxes. It is the king who used to ensure that the environment for his people are well. But the Samuels and the prophets were taking care of the spiritual life. God told them, allow me to choose these kings. Because if you choose them, you'll choose wrong ones. Those will oppress you. Later on he says, it is good that if you have to choose a king, choose kings who know God. Then you will be safe. Which means that God allowed man now to go into politics. But he said, choose people who know God. Therefore, God's involvement in our physical perspective, our environment, our taxes, our land, our water, how it is managed, ought to be under the hands of Christians. But because we have left it under the hands of people who are purportedly Christians, I say, that is why we are suffering today. These two wings, these two are the pillars of man, spiritual and the resources. God wants us to be godly, but he's put us in an environment where he expects us to thrive in. So as Christians, we should come out and claim this environment so that we enable people to have what is rightfully theirs as God has created it to be. So today, I am going into politics not as a politician, but as a Christian leader. I'm going to give leadership from a Christian perspective. And you know, my joy is I have trailblazers. I have trailblazers like Rose Musel, who is the women rep of Makweni, who is a Seventh-day Adventist and has stood by the Seventh-day Adventist principles for the 10 years that she has been a women representative. And she has supported the church in a big way, in a way that stands out that would not have been if she was not in that position. Remember, a political position is a position that has access to critical resources that church members need. As a church, a political leader, my church will need, the youth of my church will need funds. The government has funds because they have to live. Our church youth members don't even know how to access the ways of fund. They don't even know how to access the different funds that are in government. They are busy singing and doing CDs only and hoping that through CDs their livelihoods will change. There are things out there that can change their lives. I want to connect Christianity to politics and to show people a difference between a Christian leader and a leader who does not know Christ. So my faith is already grounded. My faith is so grounded that it comes first. It can't be moved. So politics can't change me. I will change politics. If politics would change me I started doing politics bit by bit from 2005, 2006. From 2006 to now, I would have been a different person. But I've played politics all these years and I've still stood firm with my faith. People still know I preach the word of God. And how beautiful will it be if Millicent, Member of Parliament Nyali, is preaching in this church and preaching in that church and doing this crusade and doing that crusade. A lot of people will come to that crusade to see Mheshimiwa, and they'll meet with the word of God and they'll be converted. So I can be a tool of conversion for many into the work of God. So sure. My Seventh-day Adventists, I pray that they will embrace my leadership and walk with me through this journey. One thing I promise my God is that I'll walk in his way because he is my ultimate guide and lead. To my voters coming January, I pray that all of us take votes, and here comes leadership that cares, leadership that loves, leadership that feels, leadership that will touch your lives and make a difference in every area of your lives. Leadership that will give you hope and a better future for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've loved whatever we've just had. As we close this today, we start the beginning of a new journey for our mother, our sister, our grandmother, our everything, this cocktail. We close this today. We are starting her journey to be our incoming MP Nyali Constituency.
Yes.
As we wrap this also, we are inviting each and every person around Nyali Constituency that this is the place to be. If you want a leader, if you want a mentor, if you want a counselor, this is a place to be because you're going to get the best. You've heard all her talks, you've heard whatever she said, and I know and I'm sure that she's not going to miss even a pinch of whatever she has talked about. Thank you very much. And if you don't subscribe to this channel, just try, because you're going to get the best. Whenever anything will just pop up, you're going to get whatever you want from her through this channel. Welcome and welcome again.